So you're an Aussie with a JL Wrangler or JT Gladiator and you've got some issue with your steering, you're not sure what it is, well, this one's for you. Stay tuned. We've got some work to do on my truck. Okay, about 8 months ago, I bent the hell out of my steering dampener out wheeling. It's been up fine up until just recently when it's just started leaking oil everywhere and starting to get a shudder through the wheel. Now, when I say shudder, it's not the death wobble. It's just a temporary shudder that just goes for half a second when you hit a bump. You'll know if it's death wobbles because it will just get worse and worse as you increase in speed or if you don't slow down. That's the death wobbles. But it's just cactus steering dampener. So we've got to swap that out. I've done a whole other video on how to deal with death wobble, completely different. Well, it's kind of related, but not the same way of remedying the problem. But I'll leave a link just up there. Anyway, we've got to replace the steering dampener. Okay, so what's a steering dampener, I hear you ask? Well, this is what a steering dampener is. Okay, so just super quickly, what you got here is a steering dampener. This one's quite damaged, as you can probably see. Now, essentially all it does, it just acts like a shock absorber. It just basically dissipates some of that shock and stops it coming through the steering wheel. That's essentially all it does. So when you're hitting bumps and things like that, you don't get lots of vibrations coming through the wheel. Yeah, as you can see, can probably see this one's quite bent. They're very easy to bend on these Australian JL Wranglers because they're a bit exposed. You can relocate them, however I've chosen not to, just because I just hear lots of stories about people having more issues with their steering by relocating. I'm happy just to pay or replace that steering dampener every now and then if I accidentally damage it. But you'll notice that there's oil leaking out of it there, and as you can see, just dribbling down the side of down that control arm there, which is why it's sort of shiny. Now, it's a super quick 10-minute job to swap your steering dampener over. It's quite an easy job, but the issue I had was actually trying to find one that suited the car in Australia. So I was very limited in what I could choose that wasn't a relocated steering dampener, one that would fit had to be one that fit the actual factory mounts, as opposed to the modified version. So this is what we had to get. Okay, so I was very limited in options of what I could get with as a complete or direct replacement on the factory steering dampener. So this is one from Toughdog. They haven't supplied it for the channel. I paid this with my own money. It's adjustable, so it'll adjust the essentially the valving inside the damper itself. So this should be a nice quick replacement. We'll take out the old one, put this in, and you can see, we'll have a close look at the damage on the old one, and then throw this one in. Okay, so as you can see, the old one's about as straight as a banana and completely wrecked. So we'll chuck the new one in. What we'll do is we'll place that little valve knob there just somewhere sort of so it's not exposed, and then we'll go and take it for a drive after that. Chuck some thread lock on there. Okay, so that's the steering dampener in. We'll just clean up and we'll go and take it for a test drive. Okay, so just take it out on some bumpy roads in a place where I'd expect to sort of set off that shutter in the wheel. And yeah, absolutely no dramas at all. It's all gone. Problem solved. So what I'll do is I'll make it easier for you. If you need that particular part, I'll leave the part details down the screen, just down there. Part number, brand, blah blah blah. So just to make it easy for you to find, I'll leave a link to Four-Wheel Drive Industries in Rutherford. They supplied the parts for me. They didn't, so I still paid for them, but I'll just give them a quick shout out because it was just easy going there, and they just walk in the door and they had the parts available. I had to order them in, but you know, you go to other places and stuff just isn't available. So, or even to order. So yeah, shout out to them. Just even things that just conducting U-turns, it's just the steering's way smoother. So sometimes you don't realise how wrecked things are until you actually replace them. So yeah, job done. Anyway, if you like the video, do me a favour, click the like button for me, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and we'll see you in the next one.